Chapter 8 Li Wei and Yu Yao. Gu Hai was once again sealed in his cultivation and brought to the exit. Number 3. Number 15. Outside. The gamblers once again cried out furiously. The bloody fight continued. Only those who won to the end could survive. Gu Hai stood quietly at the exit, his eyes deadpan outside, surveying the way the villains fought, not daring to slack off at all. Previously, the red-clothed villain, Gu Hai didn't reveal his full strength once he came up, because he had already seen him fight yesterday. After all, when one sizes up others also pay attention to themselves, looking for their weaknesses. There wasn't just one battle. If one didn't have reservations and everything was exposed to the people, then one wasn't far from death. Boom. Soon, the winner was divided outside. Number 4. Number 13. The battle continued, and the cheers from the outside world continued. For several consecutive matches, Gu Hai had been paying attention, especially the last one. Number 7. Number 8. With his Jindan realm cultivation, Scar condensed his chi into a sword, and his domineering blade cut down the number 7 villain, ferocious to the extreme. Gu Hai had been staring at the battlefield nearly all the time during this period, not stopping for a moment. He analyzed his opponent's brokenness. Not bad for a ruthless man honed on the edge of life and death. No fancy moves, only deadly combat. Vicious people. All of them are ruthless men who fight 1 against 10. Gu Hai's eyes narrowed as a wave of satisfaction flashed in his eyes. It wasn't long before Gu Hai's second match began. Number 1. Number 13. The shouts from outside began once more, as the gamblers placed their bets once more. At the VIP table, Patriarch Song Jia seemed to be in a battle with evil number 1. One top-grade spirit stone for number 13 to win. I just don't believe it, Patriarch Song Jia said in a cold voice. Yes, Alotta respectfully said. Ha 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 ha. Who caused Patriarch Song Jia to be so angry? A sharp laugh came out steeply. Greetings, Clanmaster. A large number of black-robed people, all directions respectfully bowed down. However, it was a man wearing a black robe with gold-trimmed edges, who slowly walked in amidst loud laughter. The man had a stout figure and extraordinary aura, but his left eye was blind and blocked with a black cloth. His face was full of horizontal meat and pimples, and his right eye was narrowed, seemingly carrying a general air of viciousness that chose to devour people. Slowly walking, followed by a group of black-clothed subordinates. So it's Gangmaster Li Wei. Don't you always bring your little mistress with you wherever you go? Where is she? Patriarch Song Jia looked at the man and said indifferently, Yu Yao, come and meet Sovereign Song Jia. Gangmaster Li laughed. With that, Gangmaster Li sat down with a big horse, and a group of Da Feng Ang subordinates stood respectfully in all directions. Behind Gangmaster Li, a red-clothed beautiful woman slowly walked out. The woman had a hint of trepidation in her expression as she looked at Patriarch Song Jia with trepidation. Bow to Patriarch Song Jia. The woman, Yu Yao, said extremely respectfully. Patriarch Songa looked at Yu Yao. A hint of complexity flashed in his eyes as he nodded and looked towards Gang Leader Li. Come, Yu Yao, my precious, sit on my lap. Gangmaster Li laughed. Yes. Yu Yao slowly sat on Gang Leader Li's lap. Gangmaster Li's big hands rubbed recklessly on Yu Yao's body. The black-clothed man at the side immediately handed out fruits. Yu Yao carefully picked a grape and handed it to Gangmaster Li's mouth. Gangmaster, eat the grapes, Yu Yao whispered. Gangmaster Li's eyes glared. Yu Yao had a jolt and immediately changed her words. Brother Li Wei, eat the grapes. HMM. Only then did Gang Leader Li smile in satisfaction. Who are you? Me. I'm Yu Yao, Brother Li Wei. I'm your woman, Yu Yao whispered. Remember, you are my woman. The day I'm around, no one will dare to bully you. Come on, keep feeding me. Gang Leader Li's hands became more and more reckless. Brother Li Wei, eat grapes. Yu once again fed gang leader Li a grape. While feeding the grape, Yu looked at Gangmaster Li Wei with trepidation, and in her eyes, there was a fear, an infatuation, and a confusion. It was extremely complicated. Gangmaster Li had one hand constantly ravaging over Yu Yao's body, and turned his head to look at Patriarch Song Jia. Why are you the only one here? Gangmaster Li was puzzled. I arrived first. He'll be here soon. On your side. Any progress? Sovereign Song Jia frowned. Gangmaster Li frowned. Progress. If there was to be progress, there would have been progress a long time ago. After all these years down the line, it's still the same. Sovereign Song Jia nodded. Wait for him to come. Gangmaster Li nodded. By the way, your Defengang is most of all a place of mixed fish and dragons, with the most news. Do you have any news of Gu Hai on your side? Patriarch Song Jia frowned. Ancient Sea. Ha ha ha, you're asking me. Do you know that these cultivators who come to my Defengang to deliver money don't know how many times a day to ask? If Gu Hai was here with me, he would have been eaten without even a bone left. Gangmaster Li sneered. Patriarch Song Jia took a deep breath and said, This Gu Hai, it's as if he has evaporated. Even though how many cultivators searched for it with all their might, they actually couldn't find a single trace of it. Ha 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 ha, you've come to me to ask in the wrong place. Do you still expect to find it in my Evil Man Valley? Or rather, after sitting here for a few days, do you still expect to find Gu Hai in the Colosseum? Oh yeah, you see the one in the Colosseum, isn't it? Ha 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 ha. Gang leader Li laughed disdainfully. Number one wins. The host's voice rang out. Number one, number one, number one. The gamblers in all directions shouted, exuberant. How many people who had won money were chanting the name of number one at this moment? Patriarch Song Jia looked towards the Colosseum. He had lost money again. HMPH. Patriarch Song let out a cold snort in depression. Looking for Gu Hai. Don't come to my Defengang. It's definitely not here. Gang leader Li laughed. Patriarch Song Jia looked at the number one villain in the arena and nodded helplessly. I know. Gu Hai can't be here with you. It can't be him either. In the Colosseum, Gu Hai's second match of the day ended. This time, Gu Hai didn't dare to be careless and ended up defeating his opponent in a big way. The opponent was also in the innate realm, around the 6th level, and was also a ruthless person, closely coming over, holding the risk of having his right arm torn off by Gu Hai. He also wanted to stick in Gu Hai's eyes, a lose-lose move that almost succeeded. In the end, it was only when Gu Hai exposed some of his power again that he was killed under his palm. On the other side, Scar, who was in the Jindan realm, did win again. While others could only use their bare hands, Scar was able to condense his blade with his true essence, and use his true essence blade to vertically chop his opponent. After a short break, fellow Taoists, this round, the last life and death fight. Are you ready? The host bellowed. Hurry up, hurry up. There were anxious voices all around. The final round, the number one villain, the number 8 villain, vicious sparring to the end. Who will win in the end? You guys watch carefully, right? Prepare to place your bets, the host yelled. Definitely number 8. Number 8 Golden Dan Realm. I'm also betting on number 8. I'm betting on number 8 to be head number 1 within an instant stick. Number 8 is sure to win. What about no? 1. Bullshit. No. 1 won't win for sure. I've been betting on no. 1, and I'm still betting on him. I always bet on no. 1, but not this time. This time, there was a change in the betting. Gangmaster. This time the betting is a bit dangerous. A man in black went to Gangmaster Li. Oh, Gangmaster Li stroked Yu Yao's bum on his lap, while squinting his one eye at the subordinate. Although villain number 1 fought ferociously earlier, but, ultimately, he's in the innate realm, while villain number 8 is in the Jindan realm. Now 90% of the people are bullish on villain number 8. and a large number of bets are placed towards villain number 8. This time, the man in black worried. What? Do you guys still have any insider knowledge to the side? Patriarch Song Jia frowned. However, gang leader Li smiled coldly and said, I, Dafengang, have plenty of spirit stones. I am not afraid of not being able to afford to play. Everyone is willing to come to participate in the betting. It's just to see that we are fair. Let them fight. Don't care. Yes, the man in black respectfully said. Since that's the case, then I'll bet on the number 8 Jindan Realm villain to win. 10 top grade spirit stones. Patriarch Song Jia immediately laughed. 10 upper grade spirit stones were equivalent to 1,000 middle grade spirit stones, which was equivalent to 100,000 lower grade spirit stones. Sovereign Song Jia was a big spender this time. Gangmaster Li looked at Patriarch Song Jia, and a hint of displeasure flashed in his eyes. Those who opened casinos did not exclude others from winning money. There were losses and wins in order for the water to flow slowly, but what was excluded was winning so much at once, only by the winners and losers. That is 1-to-1 spirit stone. Sovereign Song Jia wants to snatch 100,000 inferior spirit stones from Dafengang in one go. Gang leader Li looked at Patriarch Song Jia, naturally quite unhappy, but didn't say it out loud, just squeezing Yu Yao's buttocks harder and harder in his hands. Yu Yao let out a wailing sound in pain. Yu Yao's face showed pain, but she didn't dare to snap, carefully fetching a grape once again and feeding it to gang leader Li. Colosseum. Gu Hai once again regained his cultivation and walked to the center of the Colosseum. On the other side, Scar twisted his head, revealing a cold smile. Number 8, number 8, number 8. The audience seat 4 directions. Gamblers were shouting the voice of number 8. Because in the eyes of many people, Jindan Realm against the innate realm, the win is guaranteed. The Colosseum. To innate realm against the odds to kill the Jindan Realm, there is, but it is extremely rare. Most people didn't believe it would happen in front of their eyes. Kill number 1. Quick, kill number 1. The shouts continued in all directions, and although the gamblers cheering for number 1 were also frantic, the number was so small that their voices were drowned out by the voice of number 8 in the blink of an eye. Nearly everyone did not favor number 1. Gu Hai twisted his head to look at the VIP seats. Number 1 actually dares to look over. Dead to the world, and still doesn't realize it. Patriarch Song Jia sneered. Not necessarily. The winner is yet to be determined. Why is Sovereign Song Jia so sure? Gang leader Li sneered. As long as number 1 lost, he himself would have to lose a lot of spirit stones this time, and Gangmaster Li was naturally unhappy in his heart. Yu Yao, what do you say? Will number 1 win? Gangmaster Li looked towards Yu Yao on his lap. Yu Yao didn't even look at the Colosseum, but still nodded cooperatively, somewhat timidly saying, Will win. Ha 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 ha, well said. It's still my precious Yu Yao, who knows how to speak best. Gang leader Li laughed out loud.